Welcome to Porch Talks, and thanks for joining me on this journey to spiritual and emotional well-being. Last time we chatted about feelings as messengers from our bodies, our brains, the chemicals in our brains, to ourselves, about what our needs are and whether our needs in a given situation are being met or not being met. If they're not being met, feelings arise that are those of discomfort and overwhelm. And when they are being met, there's a feeling of openness, relaxation, and joy, and creativity. So today I'd like to talk about the body. We're finding out through science that the body has its own intelligence, and it is also communicating its feelings, how it feels, to us about whether our needs are being met or not being met. And my favorite experience of this is in being in a board meeting where I was the youngest and most inexperienced person in the room, and three older men were arguing over something that they thought, two of them thought the board should control, and the other one said that's not in our purview. And as I listened, I noticed that my body was like this, totally crossed up. My legs were crossed, and I was sort of leaning into the corner of my chair, and I noticed I was shutting down. I didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do, and I began to look around the room, and I saw that others were absolutely shut down as well. Nobody said anything. So the first thing I did was I uncrossed my legs, and I opened my arms onto my chair and relaxed my shoulders. And that is when it came to me that I could raise my hand and ask a question. I just asked, I wonder what others in the room think about this issue. And it turned out that everyone agreed with the one man that this was not in the purview of the board, and the two others backed off, and everything began to flow again. But my body was telling me something, and I was in enough awareness as the observer of that to notice and to shift sort of my position and my body in that situation. Then I was able to think more clearly. I also remember my father always telling me, I can tell when you're upset, he would say, or angry, because your chin would get tight like this. He says he could see that. So this awareness of the body is another message avenue to pay attention to in understanding that a feeling or sensation in the body is arising, which is telling us something we need to know about our own individual needs. We can also watch it in others and see what they're experiencing and have an insight into what their needs may be that are not being met. So one way to practice getting in touch with that is to just do a body scan. And that's closing your eyes and relaxing and keying in, noticing your shoulders. I often notice my shoulders are up here and I have to relax again. Or tightness in the neck, or headaches, or twinges. I have twinges. Sometimes I look at it and I can key in on where that's occurring, and I can get some clarity about what I need in that moment, or what's not working or not in balance. So I just invite you to get in touch with what's happening in your own body as a exquisitely designed part of your system to help you experience more well-being through identifying what your needs are and then beginning to think about how to get those met. And I know this is not popular or easy to do in a very head-oriented, rational culture such as ours here in the West, but there is a lot of communication we're missing because of that can help us. So for now, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.